Welcome back to the deep dive. You know that feeling, that dream of starting your own thing, being your own boss, especially going solo. It's exciting, but man, it can feel overwhelming. People often think you need this huge team, right? Like co-founders, investors, the whole nine yards just to get off the ground. But what if that's not the only way? What if you, flying solo, can actually build something amazing? Okay, let's unpack this for your solo journey. Today, we are diving deep into navigating the entrepreneurial landscape, a solo founder's guide to Google Cloud credits, business establishment, and growth. We've gone through a really comprehensive report, looked at various articles, all specifically aimed at you, the solo entrepreneur just starting out. Think of this as your personalized flight manual.
Yeah, and this is super relevant right now. I mean, the whole landscape for starting a business has changed. Being a solo founder is more viable than ever, really. You've got these amazing tools now. The market's shifted. It's just different. So our goal here today, our mission, is to give you the shortcuts, cut through the noise, give you those aha moments that actually help you move forward.
Exactly. We want to pull out the absolute best bits, the most important nuggets of wisdom from everything we've reviewed. We're going to walk you through understanding Google Cloud credits, what's real, what's hype. Then, the nuts and bolts of setting up legally, right here in California, crafting a business plan that actually works for you, not just for a bank. How to use tools like Google Workspace to look professional from day one. And yeah, get inspired by some amazing solo founders who totally crushed it. We're putting it all together into an actionable roadmap. Your solo flight plan. So let's kick things off with something that gets a lot of buzz. Cloud credits. Everyone talks about startup cloud credits like they're free money raining from the sky. But what's the real deal?
Yeah.
Especially if you're starting solo, maybe bootstrapping.
That's a great place to start because, yeah, those big numbers get thrown around and can be misleading if you don't dig deeper. The Google for Startups Cloud program is definitely a powerful resource, no doubt about it. Its whole purpose is basically to give new businesses a leg up, resources, tech support, help covering cloud costs. Think of it like Google giving you a boost onto the launchpad. The general benefits are pretty broad. You get help with products, technical stuff, access to mentors, people who've been there, done that. Expert insights too. But the big one, obviously, is the cost coverage for Google Cloud and Firebase. For most startups, that can go up to $200,000, which is huge. But then there's this other number, up to $350,000 over 2 years, specifically for AI-focused companies. And it's not just about saving money, though. That's huge. It's designed to help you innovate faster, use your data better, be more efficient long-term on their platform, plus enhanced support, other Google perks. It's a whole ecosystem.
Okay, that $350,000 figure, especially the AI part, that really jumps out. Sounds like hitting the jackpot, right? The kind of funding solo founders dream about. But here's where it gets tricky, maybe. What's the fine print? Can someone just starting out, maybe working from their kitchen table, actually get that? Or is it like miles down the road?
You absolutely hit the nail on the head. This is the most critical piece to understand right here. That $350,000, it's not a free-for-all. It's very specific. It's exclusively for what Google calls AI-first startups who qualify for their scale tier.
AI first, scale tier. Okay, break that down.
Right, so AI first means AI has to be your core technology. It's not just like a feature you bolted on. It is the main product or solution. AI is the heart of the business. But here's the kicker. You need to have already secured equity funding.
Funding.
Yep. Seed round, Series A. And if it's Series A, it needs to be recent, like within the last 12 months. And crucially, it has to be from institutional investors or, interestingly, recognized Web3 funding sources.
Hold on, Web3 funding sources. What does that mean for someone maybe not deep in the crypto world?
Good question. Think investment funds focused on blockchain, crypto, maybe DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations. It's Google looking ahead, basically acknowledging these newer funding routes, especially for cutting-edge stuff like AI.
Okay, makes sense. So AI first, funded, what else?
You also need to be founded within the last 10 years, and you can't have gotten more than $5,000 in Google Cloud credits before. And how they give it to you is structured too. Usually it's like up to $250,000 with 100% coverage in year one, then 20% coverage up to another $100,000 in year two. Plus, you get special AI perks. Dedicated AI training, exclusive webinars, insights into their AI roadmap, even direct access to Google Cloud AI experts. It's white glove treatment for AI startups. What's fascinating here is how Google signals its strategic priorities through these tiers. That $350K, it's a growth incentive. It's for businesses that have already proven themselves to investors and are all in on AI, which aligns with Google's big picture. So for you, the solo founder just starting out, getting that top tier immediately is, well, unlikely, not unless you've somehow already landed institutional funding and your idea is fundamentally AI. The path is more like build something, prove it, get funding. Then maybe you qualify for the big credits. It's not seed money for every idea. It's rocket fuel for specific validated AI ventures.
Okay, that is super clear and honestly probably manages expectations for a lot of listeners. That 350K is a goal, not a starting point for most. But that doesn't mean there's nothing for early stage folks, right? What about the person just getting going, maybe bootstrapping, no funding yet?
Absolutely not. Google gets that. Startups are at different stages.
Yeah.
There are definitely other tiers designed exactly for that early stage. The most relevant one for our typical listeners starting solo and unfunded, that's the start tier. This is specifically for early stage tech businesses that haven't taken institutional money yet. Eligibility is pretty straightforward. Founded less than 5 years ago, no prior significant Google Cloud credits beyond the free trial. If that's you, you can get up to $2,000 in credits, good for 1 year.
$2,000. Okay, compared to 350K, it sounds small, but is that actually useful?
Yeah. Oh, it's incredibly useful. For a solo founder, $2,000 can cover a lot of ground initially. Think about hosting your website, running a database, maybe some basic testing and development for your first year. That could easily be covered. It frees up your own cash, which is probably tight for other things like maybe getting that DBA filed or some initial marketing. It lowers that initial barrier significantly. But honestly, the real gold in the start tier for a solo founder often lies beyond the cash. It's the non-monetary stuff.
You get access to technical resources, sure. But more importantly, you get plugged into their global startup community. Think about it when you're solo. You don't have that built-in sounding board, right? This community gives you networking support, maybe even mentorship. It helps fight that isolation. Plus, you get $200 in Google Cloud Skills Boost credits. That's free training, online courses, hands-on labs, learn cloud architecture, data analytics, whatever you need. As a solo founder, you wear all the hats. This helps you skill up without spending extra money. It's like a mini incubator for your skills and connections. Really valuable stuff. And then, if you do get funding later, even if you're not AI first, there's a general scale tier. This one's for funded startups, pre-seed to Series A. It offers up to $200,000 over 2 years, usually $100K per year. Benefits here are beefier too. A dedicated success manager, enhanced support credits, access to customer engineers, maybe even co-marketing. So start is your entry point. Scale is the next step once you get that institutional funding.
That paints a much clearer picture of the progression. It's not just one giant pot of money. And you mentioned benefits beyond the credits. It sounds like a whole support system. Can you expand on that? How does a solo founder really leverage those extras?
Yeah, the ecosystem aspect is key. It's about giving you capabilities you might not otherwise afford or easily access. The technical support is a big one. Getting access to Google Cloud customer engineers, having enhanced support credits. That means when you hit a technical snag, maybe your database is slow or an app won't deploy, you're not stuck Googling for hours or hiring a pricey consultant. You tap into Google's brainpower directly. That's huge for someone without a dedicated tech team. Then training and community. Those skills boost credits mean you can learn on Google's dime, the exclusive webinars, the Q&As with experts. Imagine asking the team who built a specific AI tool a direct question.
Wow, yeah.
And connecting with other founders in that community. Priceless for sharing war stories, getting advice, maybe finding collaborators. Cost optimization is another angle. Google uses AI to give you recommendations on how to spend less on their platform, like, hey, you're paying too much for this server, or switch to this storage type and save money. Helps you be lean, stretch your credits and cash further. Every dollar saved is huge when you're solo. And finally, broad product access. Even outside the specific credit programs, new customers get $300 in free credits. Plus, lots of core products have free tiers up to certain limits. So you can experiment with powerful stuff containers, AI microservices, BigQuery for data, Looker for visualization, Vertex AI for machine learning without a massive upfront cost. It basically puts enterprise-level tools within reach of a one-person operation. You can build sophisticated things you couldn't dream of building from scratch alone. And yeah, you see that strategic push towards AI everywhere. More credits, dedicated support. Google's betting big on AI. So if you are thinking about incorporating AI into your product, aligning with that could unlock serious resources down the line. It's something to keep in mind strategically.
So what does this all mean for you as a solo founder looking at Google Cloud?
Okay, let's try to summarize this. It means clarity on the tiers is everything. You likely start at the start tier. That $2K plus the training and community, that's your initial boost. Then you understand the path. If you grow, get funded, especially in AI, much bigger support awaits. But it's a journey. It's about planning strategically, using the resources smartly from day one, knowing what's available now and what you might aim for later. Okay, you've got your cloud strategy clear, understanding the tiers and the vast support that comes with them. Now let's bring it down to earth. How do you actually make your business official? Especially here in California, which, let's be honest, sometimes feels like it has a rule for everything. We're talking the simplest starting point. The sole proprietorship. What's the lowdown?
Right, the sole proprietorship. It is, hands down, the simplest business structure to get started with. Perfect for solo founders prioritizing speed and low cost. Basically, it's unincorporated. There's no legal difference between you, the individual, and the business. You are the business. And that comes with some really nice advantages, especially when you're just launching. First off, ease of setup. Generally, you don't need to file complicated forms with the state of California just to exist. You just start doing business.
Seriously.
No paperwork. For the basic structure itself, often yes. That means low costs too. No big state registration fees like you'd have for an LLC or corporation right off the bat. The regulatory burden is much lighter. Fewer ongoing requirements, no mandatory annual state filings just to stay active, less admin headache for you. You have full control. Every decision is yours. No partners, no board, just you.
Yeah.
And tax simplicity, this is a big one. Your business income and expenses just get reported on your personal tax return, Form 1040, using a form called Schedule C, streamlined.
Okay. Sounds almost too good to be true. Easy, cheap, simple taxes. What's
Yeah.
the catch? There's always a catch.
There is, and it's a major one. Unlimited personal liability. Because there's no legal separation, if your business gets sued or racks up debt, your personal assets are fair game, meaning your house, your car, your personal savings account, even potentially retirement fund. They could all be used to satisfy business debts or judgments. The shield between business and personal life isn't there legally. This raises an important question. How do you balance that speed to market with managing future risk? Look, the simplicity is great for testing an idea, getting your first customers, seeing if it has legs, all with minimal upfront hassle and cost. But you have to recognize that this comes at the cost of personal protection. As your business grows, as you take on bigger projects, maybe hire someone, your risk increases. So the smart play, start as a sole proprietor if it makes sense for speed and cost, but have a plan. As you scale, as revenue grows, seriously look at transitioning to an LLC or corporation. That's when you build that legal wall to protect your personal assets. It's a strategic evolution.
That's a critical trade-off, speed versus safety, essentially. Okay, so knowing that liability risk and the likely need to change structure later, what are the actual practical steps to get this sole prop running legally in California?
It's actually pretty manageable, mostly focused on local rules and federal tax stuff. Let's walk through it. Step 1. Choose your business name. Simple enough, right? Are you going to operate under your own legal name, like Jane Smith Consulting, or something distinct like Innovate Solutions? If you choose a name that doesn't include your own last name, that triggers Step 2.
Which is?
Step 2. Register your fictitious business name, FBN, or DBA. DBA stands for Doing Business As. FBN is a term California often uses. You need this if you're using a business name different from your legal name. So, Dean Johnson starting Clear Drain Plumbing needs an FBN, but Dean Johnson Plumbing, probably not. You file this FBN statement with the county clerk's office where your main business is. Fees are usually small, like $10 to $50, varies by county. And here's a step people often miss. You usually have to publish a notice about your FBN in a local newspaper for a few weeks. Proof of public notice. Seems old school, but it's often required.
Why bother with a DBA if it doesn't offer liability protection?
Great question. It's about professionalism without changing your structure yet. A DBA lets you open a business bank account in your business name, advertise under that name, print business cards. It just looks more legit to customers and vendors. It gives you that established feel, even if legally you're still just you. Low cost, high impact for credibility early on. Step 3, get an employer identification number, EIN, maybe. This is like a social security number for your business issued by the IRS. As a sole proprietor, you generally only need an EIN if you plan to hire employees or set up certain retirement plans, or maybe if you decide to be taxed as an S corp later. Otherwise, your own social security number, SSN, is usually fine for your business taxes. You can apply for an EIN online easily if you do need one, Form SS4, but don't get one unless you actually need it. Step 4, get necessary licenses and permits. Okay, this is key. California doesn't have one single state business license for everyone, but your local city or county almost certainly does. You'll likely need a general business license or business tax certificate from your city or county.
And depending on what you do, you might need professional licenses. Therapist, contractor, consultant. Check with your city hall and county offices. They'll tell you what's required for your specific business type and location. Don't skip this. Step 5, open a business bank account. Non-negotiable, really. Keep your business finances completely separate from your personal money. Mixing them is a recipe for disaster come tax time, and it makes it harder to transition to an LLC later. Plus, if you have a DBA, the bank will require proof of that registration to open an account in the business name. Just do it. It forces good habits.
Okay, that's a clear checklist. Name, maybe DBA, maybe EIN, definitely local licenses, definitely a separate bank account. Got it. Now, taxes. You mentioned Schedule C, but taxes for the self-employed. That feels like a minefield. What are the big things a new sole proprietor needs to know?
Yeah, taxes are different when you're your own boss. It's not like getting a W-2 where things are withheld for you. First, income tax. Like we said, your business profit or loss goes on Schedule C of your personal Form 1040. You list revenue, deduct expenses, the net number flows to your personal return. Simple concept. But here's the biggie. Self-employment tax. This catches so many people off guard. Since you're both the boss and the worker, you pay both halves of Social Security and Medicare taxes.
Both halves.
Yep. Normally, your employer pays half, you pay half. When you're self-employed, you pay it all. That holds 15.3% of your net earnings from self-employment, 12.4% for Social Security up to a limit, 2.9% for Medicare with no limit. This is calculated on Schedule SC, and it's on top of your regular income tax. So if you make $60,000 profit, you're looking at over $9,000 in self-employment tax alone before federal and state income tax. You have to budget for this.
Wow, 15.3% is significant. How do you pay that if it's not withheld?
That brings us to estimated tax. The IRS wants taxes paid as you earn income. So most sole proprietors have to pay estimated taxes 4 times a year. You use Form 1040-ES to figure out and pay your estimated income tax and self-employment tax for the quarter. If you don't pay enough throughout the year, you can face penalties. So, rule of thumb, set aside 25-35% of every payment you receive for taxes. Make those quarterly payments. Don't spend it all.
Quarterly payments, okay. What if you eventually hire someone?
Then things get more complex. You'll definitely need an EIN. You'll be dealing with employer taxes. That means withholding income tax, Social Security, and Medicare from employee paychecks and paying the employer's share. Filing quarterly Form 941, annual Form 940 for federal unemployment, FUTA, issuing W-2s to employees, sending copies to the Social Security Administration with Form W-3. If you use independent contractors instead, you'll likely issue them a Form 1099 NEC if you pay them over $600, but you don't handle employer taxes for them. Big difference in complexity and cost.
Okay, so sole proprietorship, super easy to start, great for testing the waters quickly, but that unlimited liability is serious and you absolutely must budget for self-employment tax and likely pay quarterly estimates. Got it. Be prepared. So you've got your legal ducks in a row. You have a handle on cloud credits. Now, about that business plan. Is it just, a dusty document for bank loans, something you write once and forget? Or is it something more vital, especially when you're the only one steering the ship?
Oh, it's absolutely vital, and definitely shouldn't be dusty. Forget the old image of a 100-page binder. Think of the business plan as your indispensable strategic blueprint, your internal compass, especially for a solo founder. When you don't have a co-founder to bounce ideas off, to challenge your assumptions, to hold you accountable, the business plan does that job.
Your co-founder on paper.
Kind of, yeah. The process of writing it forces you to think systematically. What's the real problem I'm solving? Who is my actual customer? How will I make money? What could go wrong? It forces that structured thinking that's so easy to skip when you're just reacting to daily fires. It keeps you disciplined and focused on the big picture. It's your self-accountability tool. The benefits are tangible. It brings clarity and direction you have to actually write down your vision, mission, values, how you'll generate revenue. It helps with goal setting, defining milestones so you know if you're actually making progress. It forces market understanding. You have to research your industry, your target audience, your competition, no winging it. That research informs decision-making. It gives you a framework for deciding where to spend your limited time and money. Which marketing channel? Which feature to build next? It acts as a roadmap for execution outlining your marketing, sales, operations. And honestly, even if it's just for you, it provides internal credibility. It shows you're taking this seriously professionally.
Okay, I'm sold on its importance as an internal guide. So what needs to go into it? What are the key parts a solo founder should really nail down in their plan?
All right, well, it should be flexible. There are core components that make for a solid plan. Start with the executive summary. It's a short version, maybe 1 page max. Hits the highlights, your idea, target market, what makes you unique, your value prop, mission, goals. Get this tight. It's your elevator pitch to yourself. Then the company description, more detail here. What problem are you solving? Who for? Your legal structure, sole prop. Maybe a bit of your story. Crucially for solo founders, what are your unique strengths? Why are you the right person to do this? Products and services. Describe exactly what you offer. Features? Yes, but focus on the benefits to the customer. What's your pricing? How are you different or better than alternatives? Be specific about your unique offering. Market analysis. This is where your research shines. What's the industry like? How big is the market? Who is your ideal customer? Get detailed. Who are your competitors? What trends matter? As a solo founder, really nail down your specific niche. Where can you win? Marketing and sales strategy. How will you actually get customers and keep them? What channels? Social media, content, ads. What's your sales process look like, even if it's just you? Focus on efficiency here. What gives the best bang for your buck and time? Organization and management. For you, this is simple legally. Sole prop. But it's where you highlight your expertise, your background. How do your skills drive the business? If you plan to use contractors or freelancers, mention that here too. Financial projections. This is critical. Realistic forecasts for the first few years. Startup costs, revenue projections, be honest. Operating expenses, cash flow. Stress realism. Maybe do a best case, worst case realistic scenario. Include your estimated taxes.
What about funding?
Good point. If you are seeking funding, even a small loan, have a funding request section. How much do you need? What exactly will you use it for? What are the terms you're looking for? If bootstrapping, you might briefly mention your efficient use of capital here. And an appendix is optional, but good for backup docs, detailed spreadsheets, market research data, your resume, maybe testimonials if you have early ones.
That's a really solid structure. It covers all the bases. Any tips for actually writing it, making it compelling, realistic, and something you'll actually use, not just file away?
Definitely. A couple of key things. One, know your audience. Even if it's just you right now, write clearly. If you do show it to someone later, a lender, a potential partner, you'll be glad it's clear. Two, have a simple, clear goal. What's the absolute core problem solution? Keep that front and center. Three, do your homework, especially on the market and competition. Assumptions are dangerous. Use online tools. Talk to potential customers. Ground it in reality. Four, be concise. No one wants to read fluff. Get to the point. Use bullet points, clear headings, organized and readable wins. Five, and this is huge, be open to pivoting. This plan is not set in stone. It's a living document.
A living document.
Yeah, you'll learn things as you go. The market will give you feedback. You might discover a better niche or realize a strategy isn't working. Your plan needs to adapt. That's actually a huge advantage of being solo. You can pivot quickly, update the plan as you learn. It keeps it relevant. It's a hypothesis you're constantly testing and refining. And lastly, focus on ROI, especially with marketing and sales. What activities will likely bring the best return for your time and money? Prioritize those ruthlessly.
So the business plan isn't just a formality. It's your dynamic guide, your reality check, your strategic partner, essential for staying focused and disciplined on the solo flight. Makes perfect sense. You've got the vision, the legal structure, the plan. You know about cloud credits. Now, how do you actually operate day-to-day with professionalism and efficiency, even as a one-person show? How do you look legit without breaking the bank?
That's where the right tools make all the difference. And Google Workspace is a really powerful option for solo entrepreneurs here. Setting it up is a key step for boosting both how professional you look and how efficiently you can actually run your business. It bundles a lot of essential stuff together.
Okay, so diving into Workspace, first big decision seems to be which version? There's individual and then business starter. What's the real difference for a solo founder? Which way should you lean?
This is a crucial choice, and it really boils down to one main thing. Do you want a professional email address using your own custom domain, like yourname@yourcompany.com?
Ah, the custom email. Yeah, that feels important for credibility.
Exactly. So Google Workspace Individual Edition is designed for, well, individuals. Solopreneurs using their existing personal email, like at gmail.com or whatever. It gives you some upgraded features on top of your personal account, better appointment booking, some email marketing tools, enhanced video calls, but no custom domain email. You're still emailing from your @Gmail address. Now, Google Workspace Business Starter Edition. This is where it gets interesting for solo founders. It supports up to 300 users, but it's perfectly fine and often recommended for just one person. The absolute key differentiator. If you own a custom domain, like yourcompany.com, Business Starter lets you have that professional email address, yourname@yourcompany.com.
That alone seems worth it.
It often is. Beyond that, you get business versions of Gmail, Calendar, Drive, with 30 gig of storage to start, Meet, video calls up to 100 people, the Gemini AI assistant built in, some basic admin controls, and even if you sign up without a custom domain right away, you still get access to the business versions of Docs, Sheets, Slides, Drive, etc. You just won't get the custom email until you connect and verify your domain, honestly. For a solo entrepreneur, spending a few bucks a month for a custom domain and the business starter plan, it's a tiny investment for a massive return in perceived credibility. Sending emails from your name at yourcompany.com instantly makes you look more established, more trustworthy. It signals you're serious. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's about building trust and brand from day one. It's a foundational piece of looking professional.
That makes total sense. A small price for looking like a real business right from the start. Okay, so let's say you've chosen Business Starter, maybe bought your domain. What's the setup process like? How do you get it running smoothly?
Google's made it pretty user-friendly. It's a step-by-step process to get all those tools working together. Step 1. Sign up for a free trial. Always a good idea. Play around with it, see if you like the interface, make sure it fits your needs before you pay. Step 2. Access your admin console. This is your command center. You sign in here to manage everything, your subscriptions, settings, users, even if it's just you. Step 3. Manage your account. Do the initial setup stuff in the admin console. Add your business logo. Set up your billing info. Get the basics configured. Step 4. Send business communications. This is where that professional email comes into play via Gmail. You can also use Google Chat for quick messages, maybe to yourself for notes, or if you work with a freelancer, organize your contacts here too. Step 5. Schedule meetings and events. Google Calendar's integrated. Easily create appointments, set reminders, send invites with Google Meet video links built right in. Super efficient for client calls or just blocking out your own work time. Step 6. Go mobile. Workspace apps work great on phones and tablets. Check email, join calls, access files from anywhere. Essential for a founder who's likely not chained to a desk. Step 7. Use cloud storage and online docs. Google Drive is your secure spot for all business files, contracts, proposals, everything. Plus, you can create and edit docs, sheets, slides right in your browser, collaborate in real time, even if just tracking your own versions. Everything's backed up and accessible. Step 8. Grow your business. Verify domain. This is key to unlocking the full power, especially that custom email. Verifying your domain proves you own it. Once verified, you can integrate with other Google tools seamlessly. Google My Business for local search presence, maybe AdWords Express for ads, Google Analytics for website data, Search Console for SEO. This is how you build your online presence. Step 9. Get tips and training. Don't forget the Google Workspace Learning Center. Lots of guides, tips, examples can help you become a power user and really get the most out of the tools. You can really think of Google Workspace as your outsourced IT and admin department in a box. It handles email, calendars, file storage, basic collaboration, all the stuff that can be a hassle to set up and manage separately. It frees you up to focus on actually building your business, not wrestling with tech. That's a huge win for a solo operation.
Your outsourced IT department. I like that analogy. It really puts it in perspective. So pulling it all together, how do these features really impact everyday productivity and collaboration when you're running the whole show yourself?
They make a tangible difference daily. First, the professional email using your domain. We talked about credibility, that's huge. Second, integrated communication. Gmail, Chat, Meet all work together smoothly. Less friction, switching between tools. Third, cloud storage and collaboration via Drive and Doc Sheet slides. Your work is secure, backed up, accessible anywhere. Easy to share when needed. No more worrying about losing files on a crashed hard drive. Fourth, efficient scheduling with Calendar. Saves so much back and forth trying to find meeting times. Fifth, that Gemini AI assistant. Having AI help draft emails, summarize notes, brainstorm ideas, it's like having a virtual assistant baked right in. Boost productivity. And finally, scalability. Starting solo is great, but if you do grow and need to add a team member or assistant later, it's super easy to add users and upgrade your plan. The system grows with you. It's built for that journey from one to many.
Okay, we've covered the practical stuff, the credits, the legal setup, the business plan, the tools for professionalism. But let's tackle that question that might be nagging at some listeners. Can you really build something massive, something truly successful, flying solo? Or is that just, a nice dream? Do you need a co-founder for big success? Let's look at the evidence.
It's a fair question. And the answer from history and today is a resounding yes, absolutely. You can achieve massive success solo. Think about some of the giants. Amazon. Jeff Bezos started in his garage in 1994. One guy selling books online, his singular vision, that relentless customer focus that drove it from a solo operation to, Amazon. Global marketplace, AWS, media. It started with one person's drive.
Right, Amazon's the classic example.
Or eBay. Pierre Omidyar built the first version of that auction site entirely by himself. It completely changed online commerce. One person's idea and execution? Alibaba. Jack Ma started it in 1999, connecting Chinese manufacturers with the world. Again, started small, driven by his vision, grew into an e-commerce titan, cloud computing, digital media. These aren't small companies. They show the incredible global impact one determined person with a clear vision can have. They didn't start with a team.
Okay, those are legends, but that was then. What about now? In today's world, with all the competition, are there more recent examples of solo founders bootstrapping or scaling lean?
Oh, absolutely. There's a whole wave of modern solo entrepreneurs building incredible businesses, often using today's tools very strategically. Look at Peter Levels with Nomad List. He built this platform for digital nomads, bootstrapped it, meaning no outside funding, to over $3 million in annual recurring revenue.
Yeah.
Millions of visitors a month, all solo.
3 million ARR, solo. Wow.
Yeah. Or Joel Gascoigne, who founded Buffer, the social media tool. Started solo, built the first version super fast. Now it's doing like $25 million ARR. Fully remote team, huge customer base. His lean, iterative approach as a solo founder is textbook. Then you've got people like Melissa Wood-Tepperberg with her wellness brand, Melissa Wood Health. Built a 7-figure business based on memberships, primarily solo. Kayla It Signs and her Sweat Fitness app. Monetized early, built a massive community, sold the company for reportedly $400 billion, started lean.
That's incredible validation.
And it keeps going. Justin Welsh building online courses on branding. Jackie Ina in beauty advocating for diversity. Farnoosh Torabi with her So Money podcast, simplifying finance. People like Charmaine Pochak and Levi Newman building 6-figure businesses on Fiverr, doing resumes and copywriting. Mark Anastasi in online marketing. Dan Coe helping people build value-aligned businesses. Marie Forleo with B-School. Ali Adal on YouTube teaching productivity. The list is long and diverse. Tech, wellness, education services. Solo founders are thriving across the board.
That's genuinely inspiring. It really shatters the myth that you must have a co-founder. So what does this all mean for you listening? What are the common threads? What are the secrets these solo success stories share? How did they do it?
There are definitely some key lessons and strategies that pop up again and again. One big one is bootstrapping and early monetization. Many of them, like Levels, Gascoigne, Itziens, focused on getting revenue flowing early. This makes you less reliant on investors, gives you more control, forces discipline. Customer money is often the best funding. Another is niche focus. They often talk about triple downsizing their niche, get super specific, solve one problem really well for one defined group before trying to conquer the world. Become the go-to solution for that small pond first.
Be a big fish in a small pond?
Yes, exactly. And they master leveraging digital platforms and tools. Today's tools, Notion, Webflow, Zapier, Stripe, Google Workspace, cloud platforms will let one person do what used to take a whole team and a ton of cash. No-code, low-code tools have democratized building things. Startup costs are way lower. This is a game changer for solo founders. Authenticity and value delivery is huge too, especially when you're solo. Your personal brand is the business brand. Being genuine, connecting with your audience, and consistently delivering amazing value builds trust and loyalty. They embrace adaptability and iteration, launching a minimum viable product, MVP, quickly, getting feedback, and iterating fast. Solo founders can move way faster than big companies, turn that agility into an advantage. Persistence and continuous learning are non-negotiable. You have to experiment, learn new skills, marketing, sales, tech, be resilient when things fail, and just keep going. They focus on building what's needed, solving real problems people have, not just building something cool and hoping someone wants it. And even though they're solo, they understand community and collaboration. They tap into online communities, networks, mastermind groups for support, advice, maybe find freelancers. You're solo, but not totally alone. And it's worth pointing out, even top accelerators like Y Combinator accept solo founders. They care about the founder's potential, the vision, the market understanding, not just team size. This raises an important question for all aspiring entrepreneurs. Is a co-founder truly a necessity? Or is it about individual drive and smart execution? The tools are there, the strategies are proven. It's more viable than ever to build something significant on your own. Determination, vision, execution, and using resources wisely. That can absolutely get you there.
All right, we've covered the what and the why. We've seen it's possible. Now let's turn all this incredible insight into a step-by-step roadmap, your personal flight plan for launching and growing your solo venture. Let's put it all together, actionably.
Okay, let's synthesize this into a clear roadmap, broken into phases, guiding you from idea to scaling up. Phase 1, foundation and planning, pre-launch. Step 1, define your business idea and niche. Get crystal clear on your vision, mission, values. What problem are you solving? Who exactly is your target audience? Remember that triple downsize your niche idea. Start specific and focused. Step 2, craft your business plan. Develop that comprehensive plan we talked about: exec summary, company description, your strengths, product services, benefits, market analysis, niche marketing, sales, efficient tactics, organization, financials, realistic. Treat it as your internal compass. Keep it lean but thorough. Step 3, choose your business name and check availability. Pick a great name. Decide if you need a DBA FBN. Crucially, check if the name and domain are available. Do a county search for the FBN, maybe a basic trademark search too. Avoid headaches later. Phase 2. Legal setup and initial operations. Launch. Step 4. Establish your sole proprietorship in California. Remember, usually no big state filing just to exist, but file DBA FBN if needed. If using a fictitious name, file with your county. Publish if required. This is for professionalism. Obtain EIN if needed. Only if hiring or for specific tax reasons. Otherwise, SSN is fine. Secure local license permits. Check with your city county. Get that general business license, any industry-specific permits. Critical for compliance. Step 5. Set up business banking and finances. Open that separate business bank account immediately. Get familiar with Schedule C, profit loss, Schedule SE, that 15.3% self-employment tax, and the need for quarterly estimated tax payments, Form 1040-ES, budget for taxes. Step 6. Set up Google Workspace for professionalism and productivity. Start with the free trial. Strongly consider Business Starter with a custom domain for that, yourname@yourcompany.com email. Follow the setup steps. Admin console, account setup, use Gmail, chat, calendar, drive, mobile apps. Think of it as your mini IT department. Phase 3. Growth and leveraging Google Cloud, scaling. Step 7. Apply for Google for Startups Cloud Program credits. You'll likely start in the start tier, $2 care credits here. Maximize it. Use the Skills Boost credits, $200 for learning. Engage with the community. Remember, the $350 is for-funded. AI First Ventures, a later stage goal perhaps. Step 8. Build and iterate your product service on Google Cloud. Use those initial credits to build, test, deploy. Focus on rapid iteration MVP, feedback, improve, repeat. Leverage cloud tools for lean development. Step 9. Market and acquire customers. Execute your marketing sales plan. Focus on digital channels. Use tools linked to your workspace domain. Google My Business, maybe Analytics, Search Console. Reach your niche efficiently. Step 10. Monitor, adapt, and scale. Track your progress against your plan. Be ready to pivot based on feedback. Agility is key. As you grow, get funded, especially if AI-focused. Reevaluate Google Cloud tiers. And critically, as revenue and risk increase, seriously consider transitioning your legal structure from sole prop to an LLC or corporation to protect your personal assets. Plan for this evolution.
That roadmap is incredibly comprehensive. It really takes you from zero to, well, not zero anymore, step by step, focused on the solo journey. That's your flight plan. #Chag Outro. And so we circle back to where we started. The solo entrepreneurial journey. It's not just viable, it has unique strength. The stories of Bezos, Gascoigne, Levels Renault, they're not just outliers. They show what's possible with individual vision and drive.
Absolutely. So for you listening, the key takeaways. Understand those Google Cloud tiers. Know the difference between the $2K starting point and the $350K aspirational goal and the path between them. Recognize that a sole proprietorship in California is simple and cheap to start, but be acutely aware of that unlimited personal liability and plan to evolve your structure as you grow. Using a DBA in Google Workspace with a custom domain. Small investments for a huge boost in professionalism and efficiency, they make you look and operate like a real business from day one. At the end of the day, solo success comes down to solid planning, disciplined execution, constant learning and adapting, and smartly using the tools and resources available to you.
So as you step onto your entrepreneurial path with your flight plan hopefully a bit clearer now, remember this. The biggest limitation isn't always lacking a co-founder. Maybe it's not fully understanding and leveraging the incredible resources out there, or maybe it's hesitating to pivot when the market tells you to. What vision will you bring to life flying solo? Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope this gives you the confidence and the map to start your own journey. Until next time, keep digging deeper.